Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Hey, FlossTube.
Hi, friends.
It's Megan, Georgia Girl Stitching here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I have...
Southern Dude Knits on Ravelry.
Yes, we have a new knitter in the family, and it's not me. So
It's me.
So hello. It is Sunday, March...
Maybe 5th.
5th?
Maybe.
5th. March 5th. Back for FlossTube 32. And this is my husband, David, in case
Hello.
you're new here. And thank you if you are checking me out for the first time or relatively new. And thank you to all my returning subscribers. Super appreciate all of you guys coming back for another video.
Yeah.
And you get to see this guy.
Thank you for checking me out for the first time. Or I guess second time, maybe, depending.
This is your, when was that? So this is your third time on.
It is?
Only your second time on an actual FlossTube, because the first time you were on, you were still my fiance. Right after I moved to Auburn,
yeah.
and then we did a post-wedding extra.
Yes.
Where we talk about all of like the...
And it doesn't count until you put a ring on it. So.
We did all this post-wedding video. I talked about like all of the details of our wedding. We kind of went through all about it. It was shortly after.
Yeah.
But that was just like an extra. So this is your first time official FlossTube as my husband.
As a husband.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So this is David. You guys have heard me talk about him a lot recently, so because we are married and living together. So. Anyway, yeah. So I haven't had a video since the end of January. I think my video was like January 31st. So it is March 5th. So it's been a minute. And we've had a busy February.
Yeah.
So. Right after I filmed last, we went to Ohio. We did a little quick-ish trip to Ohio, visiting his friend Luke in Columbus, which was super fun. So we went on Thursday, went through a blizzard to get there.
That was super spicy.
So
Yeah,
had not seen snow.
At 5 in the morning, driving through snow.
Coming at us, like it was the kind of snow when you're driving through and it's like you can't even see.
Yeah, and for two people from the deep south.
It's not.
Might as well have been driving through Alaska in the winter.
Yeah, not ideal. And we have not seen any snow this year, period. That was our first snow.
A couple years, I think.
Oh yeah, because we didn't in
Yeah,
Auburn.
we haven't seen snow
in a while.
Years, yeah.
It's been a minute. Oh no, I saw snow when I went to North Dakota, but you weren't there.
Speak for yourself.
You weren't there. It's the last first time you've seen snow in a while.
Yeah.
But neither of us have driven in it in a really long time, so that was interesting. Went through all of West Virginia to get there, which was cool. I'd never driven through West Virginia, so that was interesting. And then, yeah, had a great time. And then that Saturday, he stayed in Columbus recovering. I went to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I went to bed early, like a good girl, the night before.
I did not, like a bad boy.
And then I got up super early and snuck out of the house and went to Cincinnati for the day, which was super fun. The morning I got to have breakfast with one of my friends there, who was one of my bridesmaids, caught up with her, and then I spent the whole day, as long as I possibly could, at Keepsakes, and it was fantastic. Lenny and I literally cried when we saw each other when I first walked in.
To be expected.
Literal tears. And then saw a bunch of people, Candy and Lizzie from Frizzy Lizzie, and Susan, and oh my gosh, the Taylor was there, Jen, all of the amazing people were there. Definitely missed a few, like Pam and Steph weren't able to come, so miss seeing them. But yeah.
Because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
They didn't
naturally.
Come. Yeah.
So yeah, but everyone that did come, like super appreciate Lynn from Lynn X Stitches. Like, oh my gosh, it was just such an amazing reunion. Did not put a single stitch in the entire time I was there. Got there at, I think I got there at 9:30 and left at 4:30. Did not put in a single stitch. So
Devastating.
It's fine. That's not why I was there. But it was just incredible. Barbara, it was so good to catch up with her. Potentially some exciting things coming there on that front. So yeah, it was, I can't even put into proper words how amazing it was to be back at Keepsakes, and I just came home. I mean, Keepsakes was my second home. So I started this channel almost 3 years ago, in Cincinnati when I was living there. Yeah. So people who have followed me from the beginning know how important keepsakes in Cincinnati is to me. But if you're relatively new, I moved directly to Cincinnati right after college, and you know, that was my first real move from college, because UGA was only 90 minutes from home. So I was home quite often. He was in...
And everything fit in a car.
Everything fit in a car. And like he went to the college that was in our hometown, so I was able to come home, see my parents, see him. You know, they could come up on weekends. It was, you know, I was basically still home for college in a way. And then Cincinnati, I moved 8 hours away, and he went to Auburn, which is 2 more hours. And I didn't know anyone, didn't know anything. And I found keepsakes shortly after I moved there, and they seriously became my second home. I mean, those were all my mom's, my grandmother's away from home.
I spent a few days there without you.
When he would come visit, he would go, like if I still had to work and he was there for a day, he'd go hang out at Keepsakes. Yeah.
I brought my fishing stuff.
Tied flies. While you were there, I think I still, do you still have that picture of you sitting at Keepsakes? I'll find it. I'll find it and post it. I'll put a picture of him sitting there. I was at work that day and he just went and chilled. So Keepsakes has a very special place in our hearts. So, and then that evening I actually got to reconnect with a college friend who's an intern at Cincinnati Children's Peds. So I reconnected with her for dinner that night, and that was amazing. So yeah, that was, I did drop off all of the things that I showed on the last video, and those should be coming back to me in April. So I'll be able to show those in my April video. But it was a great trip. And then we were in Columbus all the other time that I wasn't in Cincinnati.
Got to try some good food, got to try a lot of whiskey.
His friend Luke is quite the whiskey connoisseur. Literally a bookshelf of whiskeys.
And like some of the more rare stuff that you can find.
It's really cool,
he's like a real, I don't know, not expert, but he's like a real enthusiast.
He's not paid for his expertise, but he is.
He's not a professional.
He's not an actual professional, but and he's in vet school up there, so you know, we're all in that similar field. But yeah, it was a great trip. So and we were able to do that because I was on my research month last month, which just meant by the end of last month I needed to write a case report. But other than that, I didn't have any like real responsibilities. So I got a ton of stitching done.
Yeah, you did. And how many starts and finishes did you have? 3?
A lot. We're gonna talk about it. I have a lot of stitching to show. So but yeah.
Not to bury the lead, but
so it was a great stitching month. While also getting studying and my paperwork done. And then I'm trying to think what else happened in February. Got a new phone, got an Apple Watch. So my dad's birthday was last month. Got to see them. That was great.
We popped down to North Carolina to a great place called Red Oak Brewing.
Spent the day there.
Traditional German lager house and restaurant.
So cool.
Really awesome.
It's like a compound. The brew house, or the what is that?
Yeah, like the lager house is connected to what's going to be an art museum.
Yeah, and it has, it's like the roof, the ceiling is like a Viking boat upside down. It's really cool. Like the wood all like curves up.
Yeah, it's got all public seating, so it's all big long tables.
Yeah, it's a great place.
It's dog friendly, so all the dogs are there.
Yeah, dogs inside too, which is great. Not kid friendly, but dog friendly. But yeah, so that was great to see them for the day. And then I worked with Carla at Cowboy Corner and reinvigorated a Facebook page. Some of you may have seen on my stories, Stitch and Move. It's a Facebook page that I kind of had an idea to start something like this, and I had asked, like, has anyone heard of anything about like a stitching group that is also focused on just literally moving more, just because this is a very sedentary hobby. And it's great for relaxing, but you know, to get a lot of stitching done, you also have to sit a lot, and you know, just looking to be a little bit more active and moving a lot, you know, moving more.
And as our medical careers have progressed, we've become more passionate about health and fitness,
active, and
we want to share that passion with everybody and make an already awesome community more awesome.
Yeah, so we so I had asked if anyone heard anything about like a FlossTube fitness club or something like that was active, and no one had reached out. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and start it. And I talked to David. I was like, I'm trying to think of a good name. Like, I feel like Stitch and Move is a good name, because or Move and Stitch or something like that, because it's not about working out necessarily. It's not about
CrossFit is already taken.
Yeah. one. But just physically moving your body more. And so I was like, it's, no specific things, just move. And I like went through the process of like maybe starting a group, and I tried Stitch and Move, and it was like, and Facebook was like, I'm sorry, this group already exists. Like, there's already a group called Stitch and Move. And I looked it up, and lo and behold, there was already a group called Stitch and Move, and Carla Combo Corner had started it a few years ago during COVID. And so I messaged her, and she's like, I'm looking for someone to kind of actually take it over. I just don't have a lot of time right now, to really monitor it. So she made me an admin on it. So really what I'm looking is just like a community of people and just another Facebook group that is still focused on stitching, because that is what we're, ultimately about, but also having just goals throughout the week of, what do you want to do to move more? Mine over the weekend was every 100 stitches, I want to walk 50 steps. Like basic things. I'm thinking of like pop-up challenges or throughout the week, or like on 24 hours of cross stitch weekends, having also like a 24-hour moving challenge, or, just basic things like that. Very low like time commitment for anyone. Just,
And I don't have social media really, but I might make a couple guest appearances recommending some workouts.
Yeah, just basic stuff.
I've helped other people with fitness goals, and
and even just even if you can't move, you can't walk very much, even just like standing for a minute, So if you're interested in that, or at all, just look up Stitch and Move. I'll try and link it down below. If you have no interest in that, no worries at all. But that is something that
everybody should get involved and support each other.
Yeah, it's just like just a group to encourage everyone and support it. I have a good I wrote a bio in there too. So if you want to learn more about it, check it out. Okay, so
what's next on the agenda?
You're knitting.
My knitting.
So this man is knitting, and I'm so happy about it.
So when did this start? At a trip to Kroger.
Oh my gosh.
For a drink.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I really hate.
Our Kroger has a crowbar. I don't know if everyone has. It's a very active, popular crowbar. So.
Yeah. And which they have like pints and nice wine glasses, and it's less than like 100 yards from our apartment.
Literally, we walked to Kroger.
And one of the things that I really hate is when we're at home watching sports. Not that I don't hate that, I love that. But I don't have anything to do necessarily while we're doing that.
His hobbies require either other people or a very specific thing, like a computer.
Or driving 2 hours to a river or something. Yeah. So I don't
really a golf course.
Yeah. So I don't really have anything to do.
While watching TV.
Yeah, while we're just hanging out, and I hate being on my phone. And Megan had been saying, well, I'd love to learn how to knit, and I'd love to make this. Yeah. And I was just like, you know what? I want to learn how to knit.
Because let's be honest, that I would never actually get to knit.
And we talked to the bartender at Kroger about it, and she was very supportive. And so we walked over to the Michael's.
So right next door to Kroger is Michael's.
Yeah. And I picked up a couple needles and one, I guess it's a skein.
Yeah, I'm iffy on
I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants on the terminology. So it was a ball of yarn that was already caked up. Yeah.
I think, I'm still, we're with you on the terminology. Yeah. We're learning.
Some yarn.
I picked up yarn.
That was not tangled. And I sat down and taught myself how to knit.
We didn't even know what size needles you need. We literally bought the size that
we looked at the yarn first. And there was a little diagram that recommended what needles to use. Yep. And then also the swatch you should use, which I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so, we have a lot of questions.
Yeah. So any help and resources are welcome.
He kept looking over at me and being like, what does this mean? I'm like, I don't knit, David. I haven't actually learned yet how to do this. I don't know.
And
so we're learning this together.
Yeah. So I went on YouTube, found a couple videos. And it took me the better part of 2 hours to
get one stitch in.
There was a lot of swearing involved.
If you were following my stories, I wish I had saved all of those. I don't know if I did, but like when he started it, and then Jen was like, "Oh hell, like I can't believe he's doing this," and I was like, well, "Let's just say there's a lot of curse words coming from that side of the couch," because we're all on the same, we're on the couch. I'm stitching and doing my normal, and I just hear like frustration.
Yeah, I'm used to. I haven't picked up a new hobby in a while, so I'm not used to being out of my comfort zone, and it was very frustrating for a while. But then once I got it, I started to throw stitches a little quicker, and I did a couple practice swatches. And it's my first project back.
Oh yeah, he was. We were going on a car trip, and he was like, he just put it on the kitchen table. I was like, no, like this is how things get messed up. This is how things get, sweet tea on them from the Chick-fil-A trip. And so I gave him one of my project bags. We're gonna work on getting him like an actual knitting project bag. I haven't gotten that far yet. What are you looking for?
I need to pull it out.
Oh gosh.
There we go. Okay.
He's new to this.
So this is my first swatch. It's adorable. And the reason why I picked this color was because I wanted to stitch something for Megan, because
it matches.
If I started with something for myself, I wouldn't finish it.
Yeah.
So this is what I learned on, and you can see the mistakes that were made. Also right there. I don't know what happened there. Something happened there. But then, as you can see, like,
you got better.
Started down here, got better.
Yeah.
Towards the end, and then
what happened with the other one? Was that your first one?
No, this was my second one, because this was a woeful attempt at pearl stitching.
Oh man.
And then something happened.
It got whiter.
No, it started here.
Oh, it got narrower.
It got narrower. Yeah. So, yeah. But we've progressed.
We have. It's been a few weeks now. He's been He's been working night shift a lot, which has also been why it's been hard to get a video in. So he'll come home at 2 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning and stitch because you can't just like fall directly asleep. So. And you're doing well.
This is where we're at. I'm making like a little infinity scarf for Megan, and
we're getting close.
There have been down here. There were a couple mistakes. Yeah. Although I think some of them not necessarily missed stitches, but I pulled too hard or didn't pull hard enough and ended up with some gaps in the stitches. Yeah. So, but it's gotten progressively more consistent. So, and it's really pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm excited to wear it.
I think I only have like 10 to 20 more. You have a very narrow neck. So
are you gonna still fold it over?
Yeah, and I'm gonna fold it over one time because I did not use a pattern for this. I just said, I'm gonna go 40 stitches across.
Sure. Good number.
And then make it as long as it needs to be to fit. And it turns out 40 stitches across is a lot. So,
my neck is not that.
No, not even close. Yeah. So, gonna fold it over one time, maybe 2 times after I block it, and then
bring it up closer. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. He's got, especially in the middle and the top now. Now that you've got a good flow going.
Yeah, and it's been many moons since I've missed a stitch.
Yeah.
So so it's coming along well, and this is.
Do you know how you're gonna fold it over yet?
I think I'm gonna sew the ends together, and I think where it gets sewn together, that's where it's gonna get folded over. So it kind of hides the seam. Okay. A little bit. And then, but since it'll be folded over, that'll probably move up and down.
Okay. So you're going to block it first.
I'm going to block it first so it has an actual shape. Okay. And then when I fold it, it should hold the fold.
Okay.
Or at least that's what my brain thinks is
You have a logic progression of what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, but that's what I'm planning on doing.
If anyone has any advice on that.
Yeah, and so I'm just using, I don't know, I didn't realize how many needles there were.
Oh my
These are size 7 needles. It's great that they're color coded. And then this is
this is the yarn that he's using, Sugar and Cream.
Yeah.
From Michael's. It's just there.
And I don't know. I should have done my homework more for this. I don't know what the color is, but it's really pretty.
Does it even say?
It's gotta say.
It's worsted 4-ply.
I think that's the type of yarn.
Sugar and Cream, free patterns.
Made in
beach glass.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah. So it was a good color. We started with the color, and then it recommended
Yeah.
Those were the recommendations I was talking about. Can't see it. Great.
It's
Super blurry.
it's just trying to focus on me.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. It's been really satisfying. It's been nice I came off in my intern year, I came off of a surgical service when I started this, and I've been in the emergency room working mostly nights. So it's been nice to come home and
just work on
put some music on and work on that a little bit.
Yeah, kind of calm the brain.
Yeah. So, and then I've got big plans for the rest of the year.
Oh my gosh, he already has like his next 10 projects.
I'm trying
or you downloaded Ravelry.
Yeah.
And did you end up getting the actual like program yet?
Yeah.
You bought it?
I got the app, which I guess is knitted, and it's connected to Ravelry. And I just started looking at, there's tons of free patterns. I haven't really dove into the forums that much. But I want to do a scarf next. I'm starting with simple rectangles. And then I want to attempt a pair of socks. Like some boot socks that I can wear with my uniform boots or my cowboy boots or something nice and comfy. And then a couple more things that I found that look like fun. So kind of build up my skills.
Yeah, because you haven't learned you gave up on the purl stitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave up on that for a while.
So that's kind of like the next thing is like a scarf and learning some of the extra stitches. I'll probably have like a running set of like just a practice swatch that I can do like just 10 stitches across, and I can just practice the different kinds of
makes sense.
knits.
Stitches,
So
if anyone has any good advice, so like the different types of yarn and needles,
that's
like
been
is
the
there
most
like
confusing.
is there like a basic video that y'all have found that is most helpful, like just explaining?
Yeah, and also like what I know that sugar and cream is kind of the DMC.
That's how I was trying to describe it.
That's like what I'm equating. It's like the basic, less expensive.
Yeah, the Michaels,
Yeah, with a good color selection, but there's like the scarf I want to make is going to be a gift, and I want a different color that I haven't seen yet from Sugar and Cream. So if y'all have recommendations for
like online places to buy yarn,
or different brands or something,
that I tried looking up like yarn shops in this area, and I couldn't really find one. So
no, there's one, but it's kind of far from where we live.
Okay.
Yeah, we live on the west side of our area, and it was on like the very far east side, like an hour away.
Okay, so maybe we'll try that out.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that one when I looked it up. So everyone knows any good yarn shops too. So yeah, it's super exciting.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I'm just waiting for you to learn that purl stitch so you can make me my cable knit blanket.
Yeah,
that's really what I want.
Yeah, that's still gonna be
like years away.
A minute and a half. Yeah.
And then you start making these sweaters.
Yeah, Tank's gonna get a sweater.
Oh my god, Tank's getting a sweater. He already has the pattern for Tank's. Oh, Tank's our dog. If you're new here, he's actually. Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Can we take a picture of Tanky here?
Yeah.
This is what Tank looks like right now while we're filming. He's right at our feet.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, now I'll put the photo in here. Of Tinky. So you're looking for like green and like,
greens, grays, blacks.
Yeah.
And and then like whatever fun colors. I like fun colors too. So it's not just Megan. I like like when we go out, I like to wear flowery Hawaiian
I should have had you
put
a Hawaiian shirt on for this video. Next time. Yeah. Next time he'll wear one of his many Hawaiian, like Tommy Bahama Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
That's what you should have worn. Man. Yeah. Oh well. Next time. When you're ready to show your next knitting projects. Yeah. So yeah, super fun. 2 crafters in the house now. Yeah. We're gonna need much bigger closet space if you're gonna start acquiring yarn. But we'll make it work. Yeah.
Or I'll just take over a very small part.
Yes.
Of your future craft.
Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so that's David's knitting, and thanks to all who have followed along and have been interested. But yes, we officially have a knitter in the house.
I will not be making any more social media profiles for just so everybody's tracking.
Yeah, he doesn't do social media. No. He got rid of Instagram, Facebook. He annoyingly got rid of Facebook literally 2 weeks before our wedding.
And it was the best decision I ever made.
Except then when I changed my Facebook status, it was like, Megan Rogers Axford got married. Yeah. That's all I had. And, really it's like 2. And I'm like, no, I just got randomly married. No big deal.
Yeah, and it's not
I was like, you couldn't have waited 14 more days? Like,
It's not actually official until it happens on Facebook.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. All right. So we're 25 minutes in. So awesome.
Yeah.
Love the knitting.
That was a lot of content.
I love it. Now we'll get to the
stitching.
Look, I begged him to become one of my model stitchers. I was like, if you really want to get into craft, when he was like at the height of his frustration in knitting, I was like, hey, you could.
It's not too late to give up.
You could just give that up and become a stitcher and be my model stitcher. He's like, no. I was like, great, okay. That's fine. I don't want to share my stuff anyway, so. So now for the knitting, I do have, so back to his question, how many starts and finishes did I have? So I had 3 starts and 3 finishes.
Oh, that's right.
But they are not the same it's not exactly an equal. I didn't start 3 things and then finish those 3 things.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, one of them is different. But, so I have 3 finishes, 1 start, and then a few whips. So this first one is the one I just finished recently. I guess they're all recent. It was in the last month. But this is something you might have seen on my social media, my Instagram. I posted about this. This is called Shine Bright, and it's a charity chart for the Nourish Foundation in Auburn, Alabama, which it's close to our hearts. So Nourish was started by a pediatrician and a farmer in Auburn, and ACOP, American College of Pediatricians, they have chapters at every school, and I was part of the ACOP chapter. And Nourish was our main charity that we worked with in that group. And their main goal they have a couple of different initiatives, but Nourish Alabama, they deliver a box of fresh produce to families
from local farmers.
And even the local farmer delivers the boxes to the pediatrician's office. And then as members of ACOP, we actually delivered those boxes to families in need that were not able to always have, stability with fresh food. So it's very near to our heart. Yeah. They do amazing things. That money goes directly into that food that goes directly to those families. Yeah. And, every block I delivered quite a few of those boxes, and just seeing how appreciative those families were. Some couldn't even speak English, but they knew thank you, and you just see their faces light up. So
and this is a high impact organization.
Yeah.
The Deep South, obesity is pretty endemic in the Deep South, and especially after COVID, childhood weight gain and obesity increased by a pretty staggering amount, and so giving kids access to
some fresh food,
healthier options.
And it's also building really good relationships with these families to make sure that they're getting all of the care that they need. So
and continuing care.
Yeah.
As well.
So we also it wasn't just food, but we also do like holiday gift drives for them. School supplies every fall. We do school supply drives, and then we also have like resources for them, to connect them in the community.
Nourish Alabama is also sponsoring some research to actually publish some data that substantiates the work that's being done, and the data's starting to trickle in, and it's already really pretty profound.
Yeah, they started a clinic, the Wellness Clinic, that's a very multidisciplinary group that has professionals from all realms to help kids combat obesity, basically. They're giving cooking classes to families. They have very frequent meetings to talk about, get them into sports or, anything. It's a very wide range of things that they do that's also for the families. And that was actually what my research month was last month. I was writing a case report on one of the kids, and it's really made an impact on his life. So the money that this chart is raising is going directly to Nourish Alabama for the food, for the fresh produce. So it's on my Gumroad page. I guess I should show you the actual thing at this point. Talked enough. So this is the Shine Bright Nautical version. This is what I've stitched. This is on 40 count Shimmering Skies, or Spacious Skies. Spacious Skies by Colour&Cotton. I followed my chart, so I didn't make any changes to my chart that I posted, and it was really fun. It actually went pretty quickly. I know the water looks daunting, but it did really, I just did everything that was in the water and then filled it in.
Yeah, I would come home every night and it would be on the coffee table and like a whole new block of it would be done every single night.
It was really fun. And then this is it's hard to show the sparkly, but the shine is in a toile. DMC a toile, so there's a little bit of shine there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun designing this. I based the design off of like the drawings I used to do as a kid. So there's I'll put the picture in here. This is the flower version, and that's actually based on what I used to do as a kid. I would always draw a sun in the corner. I'd put sunglasses because suns are bright and it hurts their own eyes. So my sons always had sunglasses. And then I always did the fields and then had flowers on them. And then sometimes I'd have a rainbow in the clouds or something. But I was inspired by my own drawing as kids and then as a kid. And so, but for the kids that are not flower oriented, I wanted to also have like a nautical version.
There's a little baby tarpon.
I did. I put the tarpon in that I stole from myself a few years ago on one of the Key West project I did. I added a tarpon because we went tarpon fishing when we were in the Keys a few years ago. Well, multiple times. But so I stole my own little tarpon that I had designed. But yeah, it's just, this was a lot of fun, and it's a good cause. So if you're interested, it's on my Gumroad page, which I'll link down below. It has a minimum value, and then you can, but you can put more if you feel inclined to. So yeah, so that was really fun.
And that's research related. So it's a good thing that you did during your research month.
It's during research month, it all connects, Okay, and then my next finish was, I was supposed to do our anniversary piece, but I finished it well before our anniversary.
Yeah, that one went super fast.
And so again, this one I've posted already if you follow me on Instagram, but it is, so I had finished the other one, but I always like to have like an anniversary piece for us, just like a fun thing that's relevant. I try to try and finish it before. So I started one on our 1-year anniversary last year, and then I finished it, and then I was like, well, now I want to have our next anniversary piece, and the inspiration just hit me. That I have these two of my vows that I had said to him, and it's kind of the ones that stick out the most to even everyone who was at the wedding. They remember them, and I kind of got inspired to design it. And then once it was already designed and ready to go, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start it for Valentine's Day. That seems good to start it for Valentine's. It seems relevant. And then I couldn't stop stitching it. I was like, oh, I just need to finish it by June. I just want to finish it by June. And then I couldn't stop stitching on it. So this is I Vow To Be by me. I'm just gonna hold it up here. It's on 40 count Steel City Stitchers Jody fabric. It uses Colour&Cotton Sapphire, which I also chose because that's our nickname for our car, our blue car. But it also is a good blue that shows up. So these were two of my vows. I vow to be your anchor while you are away, and your lighthouse to always guide you home. So I put an anchor, and then I put rings. I used Petite Treasure Braid 04 to represent my ring in white gold, and then I used a Toile Brown to represent David's because his is a wooden ring. And then the lighthouse is actually the Key West lighthouse.
Yeah, and you got pretty darn close on. That is what the Key West lighthouse looks like.
Yeah, so I really had fun designing it. I had a picture of the lighthouse up, and then my designing, and I just kind of I knew what size I wanted to fit. So I had a box, and then I just designed the lighthouse in it, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And we went up the Key West lighthouse
on our first
trip to the Keys, and it was really cool. Yeah. Highly recommend if you're ever in Key West. Yeah, it usually has the shortest line.
Yeah, especially if the Hemingway house.
The Hemingway house is really big. So what happened was we were there in 2019. June of 2019, and I really wanted. It was his first time ever going to Key West. I had been a few times. But it was his first time ever going. I was like, well, we gotta go to the Hemingway house. Yeah. And because you like some books by Hemingway, and it's just kind of a cool thing. And we happened to be there, unfortunately, on a day that the cruise ship was in port. And so it was overrun by tourists that day. And I guess we were tourists, but by the cruise ship people. Yeah. And the Hemingway house literally had a line all the way around the block. And I'm like, it's not gonna happen, babe. I'm sorry, we'll have to come back. And we were staying in the Keys, so we'll come back another day. But we're like, well, we're in the Key West, let's do something. And right across the street
is the lighthouse.
Yeah. And I was like, well, let's check out the lighthouse or whatever. We like lighthouses, and there was no one in line. Yeah. No one was there. And we went right up the lighthouse, and at the top you can see all of Key West, and they have like plaques that tell you what you're looking at, which was really cool. It's like, what's that building over there? Oh, it tells you. Yeah. So it was fun. So it's also special for us. And then I also added a little hibiscus because that's, you know, my favorite flower and very Keys related. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I am going to release a version of this. So I had a couple of people asking, and I'm like, I feel weird releasing my vows. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that, but I have created, it's the same exact thing, but different quote, but that still includes anchor and light in it. So I need to stitch that. It's on my to be stitched. But something like this will be eventually out there. So yeah, had a lot of fun with that. And I had it done, I at least started it near Valentine's Day, so you saw
You started it the day before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I started it right before.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my last finish, which is also our anniversary, our first anniversary piece. You guys saw this last video. I told you I wanted to finish this in February, and because of all of our traveling, I got it done really early in February. Basically, Ohio is how I got this done. And this is Forever and Ever Amen. Sorry, I'm gonna cover your face. Forever and Ever Amen on that same fabric, 40 count Jody fabric. This fabric was a gift from Barbara at Keepsakes because it said it reminded her of the Keys water, and she was absolutely correct, which is also why I used it for that piece. And it's just B5200 on it. Yeah, and this is done. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna finish it, but it will fit in an 11 by 14 frame. Yeah. So potentially framing or something a little different. Yeah. I don't know. Not in a rush to actually get it framed, but do love it. That was a lot of fun too. Okay, so those are my 3 finishes from February. Well, Shine Bright I technically finished the first day of March. No, I pushed to finish it the last day of February. Yeah, okay. My 3 finishes of February. Yeah. 2 of them were starts and finishes, and but then the start that was not a finish from February is my Nautical Flags alphabet sampler, which I have showed before. I did a version of it in the fall where I spelled out Oxford and like the nautical, I think semaphore flag. Thank you, semaphore flags. And I spelled out Oxford and put our 2021 when we got married on it. And so, but then I created an entire alphabet sampler with all of them. And so I've started stitching that. So here's where we are on it. This is on 40 count anthracite that actually David had given me for Christmas a couple years ago. And I got A, B, C, D. So as far as we've gotten, these are so fast and so much fun to stitch. It's just very like rewarding. You don't even, like that B, I didn't even really have to count. It kind of just stitches itself. So yeah, so hoping to finish this year. And
the spelled out pattern is a lot of, like, it came out really nicely.
Oh, the Oxford? Yeah. I'll put a picture of that in here so you can see that.
That came out really nicely, and Semaphore's got an interesting history, especially with the Navy. I learned about it during officer development school, and then you did a little extra reading on it really when you first did the Axford semaphore, and it's got an interesting history. So,
do you know any of it to say right now?
No.
Okay.
We've
done the research on it. I just forget it.
It's still used in emergencies.
Is it still? It's still used, right?
Yeah. You still have to know it because if like electronic communications go down, it's a way for ships to communicate between distances. So
so this is on my Gumroad page. If you're interested in this, what's cool about this too is that, like I did with the Oxford, you could just spell out random things. You don't have to necessarily stitch the whole sampler. You could just do, like I spelled out our last name.
It's going to be a gift for some friends.
It's going to be a gift for some friends for their anniversary 1 year. And I've seen even at, we're in a very nautical area, but you can get the blocks that is like the W, the T, and the F blocks. And you can do a lot of stuff with this. Yeah. If you're interested. So that's also on my Gumroad page. So that was my start, but not a finish for last month. I'm hoping to do 3 to 4 letters a month. Yeah. And that'll hopefully get it. Plus I also have all the letters. At this point I would have put the cover photo of the pattern. So I'm hoping to have it done this year, but we'll see. Okay. And then I have 3 whips. So my goals for February were to finish Forever and Ever Amen, and then were to finish the tray on Celebrate Winter, and I did that. So this is Celebrate Winter by Madame Chantilly, and not super exciting, but I have the tray done, like the outline of the tray done. And that was just my goal for this month, was to get that done. So it's on 40 count Water Lily, I believe. No, Water Lily is the green one. Which one is this one? You being here is throwing me off my game. I know.
Well, she's looking for that. Who wants to hear a joke?
David. 40 count water green. Water green.
You interrupted my joke.
40 count water green.
Right, now everybody's going to be asking for the joke.
Fine, say the joke.
No, I'm going to leave everybody in suspense.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
Say the joke.
Why do ducks have tail feathers?
Why?
To hide their butt quack.
Well done. Okay. All right, and then my next whip. He's really into dad jokes right now.
What do you mean right now?
Well, yeah. So then when I finished that goal, I was like, okay, and those goals, I was like, I need to go back and finish my January goals, because I did not end up finishing it. My one goal that I didn't finish was on Jan Hicks Create Seasons and Lace Winter. I wanted to get to 25% on Pattern Keeper, and I think I had left it at 19.7% or something. So when I finished those goals, I was like, I need to finish this goal. Like I want to say I've gotten to 25% on this, especially since I started it in May of 2021. It's like, okay, I need to make some progress on this, and it's so great. So I did. I got to 25% on it. I'm trying to like get the weight behind it. 25%. Really, I just put in that far part. I put this in, and that pretty much got me to the 25%. This is on 56 count antique white linen. And it really is a lot of fun to stitch. It does even strain my eyes though. Like I can't work on it for too long. Look how small the stitches are. I can't work on it for super long really periods. Pretty, it's gorgeous.
But yeah, it's pretty dense.
Small. Yeah, it's dense, and like the stitching's really small, so I have to take breaks from it. So I've officially completed my year-long goal on this, but it'll probably come back out. I love this piece.
Probably, yeah.
I love this piece. Yeah, one more time. And then I got it folded correctly. Oh, don't focus on my face. There we go. But yeah, so super in love with this. And like, this is the full piece of fabric. I'm hoping to get all 4 seasons on. It'll be really pretty.
Yeah.
So. And then my last whip, oh no, 2 more whips. Last whip of February. I got a lot of stitching done. This I only worked on this in Ohio. This was easy.
Yeah, I hadn't seen you work on this in a few weeks.
No, this is the Ohio trip. It was easy travel stitching. So I brought this. This is my Hibiscus arrangement 1 by Artecy on 32 count.
If you need to look it up, I have another joke. How do trees answer riddles?
How?
Well, like many of you watching, they get stumped.
Oh, jeez.
But others go out on a limb.
Oh, goodness. Okay. It'll be listed down below. I can't remember the name of this. I want to say Malibu, but that's not right. The other one was Malibu. This is the new Malibu. It'll be listed down below. I love it though. I really love this pattern, this fabric. And here it is. So I got most of that, I got the rest of the flower in, and then more of that leaf. It's so much fun. I really enjoy stitching this. I need to get back to it.
It's a little different for you. It has some colors that you don't normally use.
Yeah, a lot of pinks and oh, this fabric. I love this fabric. Colour&Cotton. Okay. Last one, and this I've only been working on since March, so it's only been 5 days in.
This one's really cute.
This one's fun.
Yeah.
So my goals for March are to finish Summer in Stars Hollow Summer, in anticipation for the spring one coming out in April. The retreat for that's in April. So I want to finish the summer. And then I also want to put 1,023 stitches into the Shire by Country Magic Stitches. So that's for him. But I'm enjoying it. I haven't worked on it since I started it.
Pretty.
It is very pretty.
Yeah.
I started it on 12 by 12 on New Year's Eve, and I haven't worked on it since. It only has like 60 stitches in, so not much to show. It's just green right now.
Yeah.
But I want to put 1,000. People like a lot of. It's very common. I feel like right now that people say they will put like 1,000 stitches into their full coverages, and then it's like you're making progress, you know, each year. So that's basically my goal. But then I was like, but it's the year 2023. I'm gonna put 1,023 stitches in. And then every year I'm increasing it by like 1 stitch until I'm ready to focus on it, and then it'll get more. But so I want to finish Summer in Stars Hollow, and so I picked this up March 1st, and here's where we're at. I should probably show you the cover photo. I'll put a picture in here of the cover, and then here's where I'm at. So I'm basically over halfway at this point. The halfway mark is like the bottom of this balloon. So there's just like a couple rows that are missing for the halfway point, but I'm above that for over here. So we're basically over halfway. So all I have left is the VCR, the daisies, and Miss Patty's Place.
I think they did a really good job with the colors.
Yeah.
The
This is Black Needle Society. I don't think I said that. It's by the Black Needle Society.
Yeah, and I'm not a Gilmore Girls.
I haven't been able to convert him yet.
I am not one of the Gilmore gals.
I know.
So
I haven't been able to convert him.
But even so, like I think it's a really nice pattern. And,
I got Lorelai's Jeep.
Yeah, and I think that they did like the reason why I brought up the colors is because you can actually see everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like in some really dense full coverage patterns, you kind of lose some stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So one more time here. Next I'm working on that VCR, and then, or not, it's the video, it's not the R part, it's just the videotape. But yeah, it goes so fast. It's just so nice how, this is all 40 count Ophelia by Colour&Cotton. I'm using all the Call for stuff. This is part of the autumn, the half of this, half the gazebo is part of summer or autumn and Stars Hollow. But yeah, I'm starting spring. Part of my haul from Keepsakes is I got most of the overdyes for spring, but really enjoying that. Well, that's all that I worked on. It's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be this dense for a while. That was last month was, in all intents and purposes, a lot of like a holiday. Vacation, but I still had things to do each day, but they didn't take me all day, so I got a lot of stitching in. But yeah, so that's all my stitching plans. Again, finish Summer in Stars Hollow, 1,000-ish stitches into the Shire, and then I'm gonna get 3 more letters into Nautical Flags. And then we'll just see what else I decide to end up doing.
You'll probably design something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just start stitching it. We'll see. Like I said, it just has to, the inspiration just has to hit. So we'll see if the inspiration hits.
It's been hitting a lot lately.
It has. It's been a lot. Yeah. And then if you're interested in my designs, I said it's on the Gumroad page. That's linked down below. So yeah, so I guess all that's left is really haul. Unless you have any other thoughts or feelings or...
Definitely check out the Nourish patterns.
Okay.
That's going towards a good cause.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And thank you to those that have also already downloaded it. There have been a couple, and I really appreciate it. Okay, so... think about how to do this. All right, we're gonna do the giveaway first. So I don't have another giveaway for this video. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab something yet, but the winner of this giveaway, this is A Day at the Beach by Country Cottage Needleworks, and the winner of this is Michelle Geiger. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Michelle Geiger. So you won this. So if you'll email me at georgiagirlstitching@gmail.com, I'll get this out to you. I will never I'm not commenting on your comment anymore. Based on that scammer that's been going around asking for people's money and stuff, I'm not commenting. So, Michelle, hopefully you're watching. And let me know your address and I'll get this out to you. Yeah, and thanks for everyone for commenting on the last video. I really appreciate it. So, haul.
Oh boy.
All keepsakes. Some of it is I purchased it and some of it were very generous gifts from friends. So some stitchy kindness. First thing is this awesome keepsakes bag. So keepsakes, this is their 25th anniversary year. They've been around for 25 years, thank goodness. And they're selling some merch that has keepsakes on them. So I had to get this bag. They're known as they're known for their green gingham bag that they give everything in. And so this is a little like project bag, and in it I have the floss for summer and stars, or spring. This is some of the overdyes for spring and Stars Hollow. Look at the pretty colors. Yeah. I'm super excited about that. So.
And the bag is in tank colors.
And the bag, these are tanky colors.
Yeah.
Our dog is always dressed in green plaid. That's his outfit. In the green gingham bag were gifts from Susan and Lenny. They got me some of the cottage garden threads, which I only have like a couple in. I haven't had a chance to really dive
They're really
into.
Nice.
They got them in my colors, which are really sweet. And keepsakes, they had a lot of these when I was there. So if you're interested in any of these colors, keepsakes, butterbean, sea change, cottonwood, coral cove, and Murray pine. So gorgeous. So pretty. And then I did end up getting the bald eagle from
That's a pretty sweet pattern.
Country Cottage. No, Cottage Garden samplings. This is the Year in the Woods from a series from last year. I love the bald eagle. And I got the overdyes that were called for. I like that green too.
Yeah.
In the background, so we'll have to get that
That's gonna
started.
be really nice.
Yeah. And then the rest of it's fabric, because I don't have enough of that. No. And as far as I know, these
even though your 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list is routinely emptied.
Yeah, true. That's his go-to for Christmas is to just empty out that. Okay, I love this. So I don't have, one count I don't have a lot of is 36 count. And I saw this in 36 count and was like, I have to. That's this. This is Mystic Fabrics Dreamy.
It's very similar to
look at that blue.
It's very similar to the anniversary piece.
Yeah, I wish they'd had this in 40 count. I would have bought a lot. But this is from Susan. She said because it looks like you.
Aww.
From Susan, miss you. So it's just so gorgeous. So got that. Typically I do 2 strands on 36 count, but this looks like a tight 36. So I might be able to use 1 strand on this. So maybe for the I Vow To Be.
Oh
one.
yeah.
And then I got some like Mystic Fabrics, and some other ones I got are dyers that I don't know very well. I got more of the 36 count pearl. This is what your seagull is on.
Oh, okay.
I love this fabric. It's like a very greeny gray.
It's very
pearl,
versatile.
very versatile. Yeah, very good neutral. So I got more of that. This is also 36 count. Yeah, 36 count. So I got things that were different a little bit.
I'm proud of you. It's not just all the colors of blue.
No.
Well, it's sort of all the colors of blue.
No. Speaking of Ocean Air, is Fox and Rabbit. This is a gift too. This is a gift from Lenny and Susan. This gorgeous, very light blue. I did do my fair and following on this fabric. White doesn't show up super great on this, so it'll be something that you don't need white by itself on, I've noticed. So, but I love that very nice neutral blue. And then I saw this green and I just loved it. So, and then I think this was also a gift from, I think this is from Lenny.
It's got a note on it.
I think this is from Lenny. This is 40 count eucalyptics from Atomic Ranch. Look at that great green.
Atomic Ranch sounds like a great flavor for Doritos.
What about the bald eagle on it?
Oh yeah.
I totally meant to do that. I'm getting this. I got this for the bald eagle.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to come or watch these usually, so it's usually a solo adventure. We have an agreement, you know, like I don't ask what he spent on magic cards and now knitting or video games. You don't ask about cross stitch.
I don't spend that much on video games.
Usually.
Usually, yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all the haul. I think those are all my updates. This is the longest video I've had in a little while.
Sorry.
No, it's great. We had a lot to talk about.
We did.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on, so just make sure I have everything. Yeah, I think that's the basics. So, oh, actually, let me grab that. I'm just gonna do that here.
This?
Yeah. This is, I just realized I had the pattern over there. This is the Summer and Stars Hollow pattern. So I just have this part to finish. I just saw it sitting over there. So, yeah. Okay. Any specific plans with your knitting?
Specific plans?
Yeah, so you're gonna finish the scarf.
Yeah.
And then what's
I'm
your
gonna
next?
do the other scarf.
The other scarf,
The
okay.
long scarf.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called the Baker Street scarf. It's
Okay.
inspired by Sherlock Holmes.
Nice.
That's gonna be the next thing. And then I've got a few easy free patterns picked out for like socks.
Nice.
And then it's all about building skills.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'm learning what I'm actually doing.
Right. Yeah, he's on his last week of ER this month.
Yeah.
Or this week, I mean, and then he starts ICU, so we'll see what that schedule looks like.
I think I'll be able to bring the knitting with me.
Probably. Yeah. I'm on family med this month again, a different kind, but basically still family med. So normal business hours for me, which has been nice for for stitching in the evening, and my weekends and everything. I don't think we have any big plans for March.
No.
It's a chill month because of like your ICU and emergency med and stuff. We don't have a lot of no traveling or anything this month.
Nope. It's gonna be a nose to the grindstone kind of month.
Yeah, I have exactly 3 months from today. I take my first boards, so I'll be studying a lot this month in addition to everything else. But if anyone has any questions or comments or anything, we love to read them. Comment down below.
Knitting recommendations.
Knitting
definitely.
recommendations, all knitting recommendations that you have. And yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, I'm so glad you're on. Yeah, he'll be back on now that he actually has like things to talk about. He can come back on.
Yeah.
That's not wedding related.
Yeah.
Because the first one was introducing you.
Yeah.
You were hanging out, and then we had wedding related. Check that video out if you're interested.
That was a fun one.
That was a fun one. Alrighty, friends. Thank you so much for all your support and your kind comments, and we really appreciate and feel the love. And I'll see you in a month. Happy stitching, everyone.
Bye.